If a man is eager to sleep with you, okay, he has a high amount of dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter that is in charge of the reward activity in your brain, okay? Because dopamine is what's stimulated when that man sleeps with you. And so a man who is only interested in sleeping with you has an addiction to dopamine because he needs a dopamine release. If he has this desire to only sleep with you and is not interested in commitment, which, by the way, you'll realize this, because if he's not willing to wait 2-3 months or until commitment to not sleep with you, he is not interested in commitment. And the last video on celibacy that I made, I explained how, and go back and look at that video, but I explained how a man needs 3 hormones/neurotransmitters to fall in love. A man does not fall in love chemically, biologically as easy as a woman, because a woman only needs 2 neurotransmitters. She needs oxytocin and dopamine to fall in love. A man needs 3, and it takes time for this man to produce these neurotransmitters/hormones. Okay? So if he wants to sleep with you right away, if he is not willing to wait, this is why it's important for you not to give in and allow him in your bed or allow him to have this deep intimacy with you. It's incredibly important. If you are a woman who desires commitment, to not allow a man to sleep with you before commitment, because he is not going to attach to you. He's not going to bond with you. He does not love you on a biological level. This has nothing to do with spirituality. Of course, we can make that case. But here we are talking about logic. Okay? This has nothing to do with you being a hoe. All right? If you have a desire to just sleep with men, listen, you are sovereign over your body, fine. But if you want a man to be head over heels with you, to love you, to commit to you, then you're going to have to withhold sex from him for at least 2 to 3 months until his vasopressin builds up, which is that stress hormone. That's when you actually sleep with him, it's depleted, which means he's not able to bond with you. Okay? He already has the dopamine, fine. But he still needs vasopressin built up from withholding sex, from you withholding sex and from him not having sex with you. Okay, and he needs testosterone. He needs all 3 hormones/neurotransmitters to bond with you, to fall in love with you, to be attracted to you. So that's why, a lot of people talk about /quote unquote gold diggers, like, oh yeah, like she must be sleeping with him like right away in order for, no, the reason why she's able to receive all those gifts, that money, everything, is because those women are not sleeping with these men right away. Okay, so these men are having to work because their vasopressin is being built up. There's the stress of them having to please her. Vasopressin that they need is causing them to have a increased amount of it by giving gifts to women, doing things for women, okay? And then they're not having sex with these women. These women aren't allowing them to have sex right away. It's building up vasopressin. It's causing them to bond with these women. So if you want a man to fall in love with you, you have to withhold sex. If he wants a quick dopamine rush, he will attempt to have sex with you. If a man tries to get you to come over or tries to come over to you, tries to get you to a hotel, blah, 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 and then you tell him, actually, I'm not comfortable with that, and he unmatches with you or you never hear from him again, he was looking for that dopamine rush that comes from his addiction to dopamine. Dopamine absolutely is an addiction. That's why it's literally the same neurotransmitter that's excreted in drug addiction. When you have this constant need to doom scroll, that's dopamine constantly firing off. Okay. So you can have too much of it. So a man who only wants to sleep with you is only interested in that dopamine rush. Okay? So I wanted to make this really quick video. I'm going to talk about this till the cows come home, because women don't. First of all, women deserve to be loved. Healthy love is good for you. But I know women are falling into this trap, not because they're not good women. Again, if you're not in, some women are interested in commitment, and that's fine. But there's so many women who don't know that the biological responses in their brain and in men's brain, right, is contingent, is dependent on how they approach relationships, what they allow men to do. All right. So withhold sex from him for 2 to 3 months and then revisit it. Okay. That, I know Steve Harvey said this, withhold sex 90 days. And he didn't realize the biological, chemical response and the reasoning why, but that's why. Okay. And this is unconscious. I don't want you to tell your man, well, a man will not, it's not that he's not smart. Men do not, they rely on feelings, not logic. It's you who logically, your brain is wired to think logically. His brain is wired to think in feelings, believe it or not. So he has to feel the boundaries, okay? You don't tell him. You just say, hey, yeah, I'm actually not comfortable with that. So, in short, do not allow these men to receive the reward of dopamine from you if you want commitment from them. All right? And if you need help transforming your life, if you would like for more guidance on dating, on attracting love, which is really good for a woman biologically, chemically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, then connect with me if you want a free discovery call, so we can see if we can work together and I can help guide you through this process. All right. I love you so much. Bye.